AskReddit by Will. What is life like having kids? It's the most of everything. The most fun, most frustrating, most joyful, most expensive. Just the most. Love this answer. Our boys are 31 and 22. Believe me when I say you will never love someone or something more than your kids. Like this post says, it's the most of everything. Every time you sit down you have to get back up again. Sits down after getting chips packet and asking if they want a drink. No, I'm not thirsty. Not even 2 minutes later. Dad, can I have some apple juice? It can be spiritually fulfilling. As they get older, it's heartwarming and also terrifying as you watch them shape into their own character. Fucking hard, but changed me for the better. Stopped after 2 boys. They are 2 and 3, 1/2. We both work. Tried being a Sam and wasn't for me. Life is super busy, but it is enriching for us. Having kids is not for everyone, and I think more people should be brutally honest with themselves by asking, do I truly want my life to change in this way, or am I just following the next step? In reality they can't ask them this question since they have no fucking idea what a life with a child looks like, let alone 2. One can never know the love and fear you feel for someone until they have a kid of their own. Your life as yours is over the moment you got pregnant, forever. Have fun with your kids, lovely ages where feeding, cleaning, and playing with them is enough for almost everything. Then the time comes and you question yourself if you are able to feed them intellectually, physically, mentally. It's a Ponzi scheme created to sell yogurt. Deleted. I'm very tired. I also laugh a lot. I never laughed till I cried before having kids. The first time it happened, my first baby was a newborn. I was so overjoyed, it was like being high. I've laughed so hard I've had tears streaming down my face and fighting off puking so many times now, and it's amazing. I came alive after becoming a mother. It's a love I've never felt before. I'm chronically ill and my son never fails to look at me in the most beautiful light, although I feel like I'm failing him every day. From a child of 2 chronically ill parents, you are not failing your son at all, nor does he feel that, I'm sure. It all comes down to how you are loving and cherishing your children, and I'm sure he feels this from you every day. No matter how many events my parents might have missed over the years due to illness, I have never felt so supported, loved, and cherished by them, because they were always there where it counted. You are doing great and I hope you can see that. My 6-year-old has baptized our cat in the bathroom sink because he wants him to go to heaven when he dies. Haven't had a laugh in a while, ha 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 ha. It's like have 2 of the biggest fans ever. They follow you everywhere and are amazed by everything you do. At least mine are. I have a teen. I just hear doors slam. And the odd groan. Kinda like being haunted BT ghosts lol. Absolutely exhausting, way harder than I anticipated. I cannot imagine being more exhausted than I already have been in my life. I didn't do EMS long term because a sleepless and a constantly adrenaline cortisol filled lifestyle wasn't for me. So I'm not in any rush to have kids or to have them at all. Godspeed to you, and I hope you have at least 1 super restful night's of sleep in the coming week. You think you have worried about anything, but you haven't until your kid gets into a pretty serious accident. You think you felt warmth in your heart, but you haven't until your kid says I love you unprompted for the first time. You think you haven't slept well before until your kid gets a nasty night cough for the first time. I could go on for a while, but you see the trend getting to discover the world again through their eyes, and sharing what you know about it is pretty amazing too. Edit. Forgot to mention something. You kind of stop being the main character, if that makes sense. Wanting more good for someone else so much that you eat a sandwich of crusts to let them have the good slices of bread. Yes, this. Life is busy and fulfilling with kids. You're only as happy as your least happy kid. It's weirdly cool. Like you legit make your own teammates lol. They follow and are curious about everything you do and it's like your own mini tribe. The bad is there are a lot of unexpected costs lol, things will undoubtedly break at the worst times. But in the end the good outweighs the bad. They become your whole world and you love them as such. I wouldn't be here without them. Build an awesome relationship with your kids, they'll grow into awesome teenagers and young adults too. At least, mine have. Huge part of my heart out there walking around on their own. I can't imagine life without them. For the first 5 years you will not remember what sleep was. Yes. 5 years each child. Draining. Their problems get bigger and more expensive. The other day it was pouring down rain so hard I could hardly see while I was driving and my 5-year was rapid firing questions at me. Mom, how do you spell your name? Mom, how many trees are outside? Mom, look at my paper from daycare. Mom, can you write my name? Mom, why aren't you looking at me while I was trying to not wreck the car? OMG, my 2-year talked non-stop. I mean, non-stop for 12 hours on Friday in his imaginative phase. Was cross at me because I said we can't drive on the sun. Wanted to do all the playing and explain his airport and cars and how they're all on the road but not on the track because that's for trains only. I had nothing to contribute but he needed to be sat on or beside me for hours. Then my husband comes home, says hello and I'm like, stop talking to me. Parenting makes me feel all kinds of crazy but I love him. It's louder and funnier. Just imagine that you are drowning and someone hands you a baby. It is a wild ride. I have 3 girls. It's like raising a drunk best friend that when they become sober are mean and they don't know why. And it's the most tiring, stressful, fun thing you can do. They're cute, but they eventually grow into goats. Lots of hugs, snuggles, tears, screams, sleepless nights, and purest of joys.